What is your favorite, easy, lazy way to make side money? I set up an aluminum can-only bin outside my college dorm. Easy $60 every week. Illegal? I don't know, but it worked. That's genius and environmentally friendly. Everyone loves the can bandit. Suing telemarketers. There's a company that does secret shopper stuff. The only company that does it in my area is Papa John's. But basically, I order a pizza, take pictures of it, complete a survey, and 2 months later, they pay me back for the pizza. They also sometimes offer rewards from $5 to $20. It's not much money, but it is free pizza. My mom used to be heavily in mystery shopping. I got to help her out one time when I was underage by going into a GameStop and seeing if they'll sell me an M-rated game without checking ID or to someone under 18 or 17. My mom said they've sent her to stay at resorts and stuff too. Pretty nifty gig that can be a lot of fun on top of making money and getting free stuff. I edit, proofread, and format resumes and cover letters through Kijiji. It helps that in my current career, I am frequently asked to sit in and be a part of the interviewing process for numerous departments. So I often give advice where I can, on top of simply making the pages look clear and concise. Craigslist, copywriting, and editing. If you're half decent with spell check and occasionally read a newspaper, you'll be able to pick it up while watching a favorite show in the background. You make a simple ghostwriter name, set up a PayPal, and take on any amount of work you want. Best part is, you'll drastically improve your writing without thinking about it, a skill that will passively help you out elsewhere. Knew someone that would go on Riot chat boards, claim to be a girl, ask for account boosts in League, get carried to high ranks, and then sell the accounts. I occasionally referee for tournaments at a few gun clubs, sporting clays. $75 a day to push a few buttons and yell one of two words. Not amazing money. By the end of the day, the hourly works out to slightly less than the minimum wage in my state, but relative to the amount of work I'm doing, it's top-notch. Isn't the whole point of minimum wage that you're not meant to be paid less than that? Or is it not technically a job? It's not really a job. The tournaments only take up like 4 weekends a year. The rest of the time, ranges will employ target trappers or referees who make minimum wage, and sometimes tips. The tournaments that I do aren't intended to be anything more than a side gig for hobbyists. You actually get your choice of payment between the $75 cash or 200 targets to use at the ranges. Dungeon diving, bandit killing, just side quests. Dupe glitches is where the real gold's at. If glitches are on the table, you might as well just use the console. Pet sitting. Clients will pay me to sleep in their house and care for their dog, and eat their food, and watch their TV. Easily cleared $200 a week when I did this regularly over a decade ago. Even more if the little guy gets medicine or has any conditions that require more care. Easiest money ever. I keep all the change whenever my mom gives me money to buy something. When I was a kid, I agreed to do the laundry if I got to keep everything I found in the pockets. After making about $90 the first day, I was quickly dismissed from this hustle. Plus, everyone complains about doing laundry. All you do is throw it in the machine. It's not hard, people! We rent our house out for a popular annual convention. 3 weeks, and the exhibitors we rent to are gone all day. We work from home and occupy the house the majority of the day. We set up a bed in my unattached workshop, so all we really change is where we sleep. I have one of those t-shirt shops online where I just uploaded some graphics and they put them on t-shirts, coffee mugs, etc., and I get $1 or $2 every time one is sold. Try and get on merch by Amazon if you can. There is a waiting list, but if you get there, the rates are much better. Being a movie or TV extra. Free food, lots of downtime, and getting to hang out on set and see how everything happens. Sometimes shoots are long or you're doing something boring or uncomfortable, but most of the time it's chill. Sometimes shoots are long or you're doing something boring or uncomfortable. Yeah, I was an extra in a movie once where we were all corpses, and this one girl kept hamming it up. Then she got kicked and her replacement started eating sausages out of his pocket. We had to reshoot for hours. Whenever a Nigerian scammer emails me, I always point out all the inconsistencies of their common sense and offer to give them proper guidance on how to actually scam people online. I will give them a few brief lessons via XMPP, Secure Chat Protocol, and once I've gained their confidence, I will offer to sell them an advanced technique for only $250. The moment they send the payment, they never hear from me again and I abandon the XMPP screen name. So far, I've made around $1,500 in the last 3 years doing this. Scamming the scammers, brilliant. I read about one guy who worked from home and was sick of the telesales calls interrupting his workflow, as it cost him time and money. So, he made his phone number a premium rate and earned money every junk call he got. How do you set this up? Be British, but there are probably equivalents elsewhere. Selling candy in school. Kids will pay a crap ton extra since they can't buy it anywhere else during the school day. Although some kids offer loans, which I never receive payment on. I did this in school too. Never give loans. I would always tell them you can have one when you have the money. Making Rice Krispies treats and selling them at work. Selling plasma. How does one begin this? I know I can sell my plasma, but I have no idea how or where to do it. Google your local plasma places. CSL is the one I did when I lived out in Denver. Go there, scope it out and make sure it's not too dirty, etc. Bring some mail with your address on it. The first time you're there will take some time because a nurse is going to need to check you out and make sure you're good to go for donation. If you're in an urban environment, your center might be really busy, so you could be in line for a while when you go. Basically, you show up, wait for a bed to open up, and then you get hooked to a machine that takes some of your blood, spins the plasma out, and returns the red blood cells to you, and repeats for about a half an hour until a certain amount of plasma has been extracted. Then you get some saline back and some money loaded onto a card. Most places let you come around twice a week, and in general, get $25 to $40 a pop depending on where you live. Lots of places will have generous specials when you first start through offering 80, 60, etc. for the first 6 to 10 donations. It's just annoying to do, IMO. I was really poor out in Denver and did it twice a week for the good part of a year to basically pay for my bus passes to and from work since I didn't make enough. If you do it regularly for a long time, you might get kind of sick. I think I wound up deficient on several vitamins from doing that. A year or two later, I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, so the vitamin deficiencies could have been from that instead, YMMV. Don't push yourself too hard, stay nice and hydrated if you plan on doing that, and don't eat fatty foods the day before or the day of your donation. After donating is fine, but fat gets filtered out and can drastically slow things down. Bonus, used to be terrified of needles, now gently encourage nurses when they have trouble drawing blood. Can't watch, but don't mind if someone sort of new needs a couple tries to get it right. Selling ant queens. They go anywhere from $20 for the common species to $75 for the rarer ones. Where do you get them? Out of the ground? Where do you sell them? You have to live with the ants, become one with the ants, gain their trust, mate with the queen. In the process, kidnap her and extort a ransom from the hive, and then sell her to some dude halfway across the country. Easy money. I used to do math homework for people. Made $200 off of one guy once. He was a rich student athlete behind on his college algebra homework by a month. Took me like 2 or 3 hours. How do you manage to do a month of homework in any math class that quickly? Most math classes I've been to give homework every day, so assuming 70% of days he has school, that's 21 homework assignments in 150 minutes. Assuming that OP got his old homework back, he could just copy his answers but skew his handwriting to look more like the athlete. Photocopy real money and hope for the best. Funny enough, modern printers and photocopiers refuse to print money. Photoshop refuses to display it. I put in $250 in Bitcoin right before the BTC-BCH divergence, 1st August this year, and since then made $50 profit. My friend boosts people's accounts and coaches people in League of Legends. He can get pretty good rates for the coaching, and boosting is a bit more based on luck, getting the order or getting decent teammates. But generally, 2 to 4 days can make €100 from it. Living expenses are lower here, so that's actually very good pay, if you're ready to no-lie for it. Making YouTube videos. I struck gold with a fun idea that was both easy to make and super fun. So far, I'm making about $150 a month. If you live near a golf course, preferably a public one, you can be a caddy. All you have to do is know a little bit about golf and carry a bag. You could also search for golf balls and sell it afterwards. I've worked at 3 courses in my life and only one of them offered caddies during your round, and it was a very nice country club. So it has to be a nicer place, and I would say you have to know more than just a little bit about golf to be one. Some people will legit rely on you to pick their club or give your advice. But finding golf balls for sure is a good one. The course I work at right now has a huge creek running through it that people always lose balls in. Can't sell them for more than $0.5 to $1 a piece, but it adds up for sure. I rent out my barn. I don't use it for anything, and this dude pays me $400 a month to use the space. I'm almost positive it's a chop shop, but it helps pay the bills. My dad has a big greenhouse, and he rents it out for $1,000 a month. The folks that rent it have a research grant, and are growing unique strains of fruits and vegetables. I worked for them, pollinating flowers for a couple seasons. Really neat. App called S'more. It puts ads on your phone's lock screen for 10 cents a day that you can cash out with various gift cards, usually starting at $5. If you're the type that isn't glued to your phone, it's basically free money. Otherwise, it can get a bit annoying. So far, I've earned about $8, but will probably uninstall it right when I hit $10. Buying stuff from a thrift store and flip it at a consignment store. If it doesn't sell at the consignment store, take it back to thrift store within the return window. I haven't seen it in the thread yet, so Google rewards. Take less than 30-second surveys, get anywhere between 10 cents and $1. It's not much, but it's how I fund Pokemon Go. I made some side money by supervising these school kids for an hour every Wednesday, which was not even bad because I do some of my writing stuff within then. Looks good on a college app too.